So you guys are standing in the room with the speaker and the armored tiefling. And the speaker just looks up at you and says, "Word travels fast. I honestly did not expect you guys to come back here." He stands and extends a hand. "I have to thank you for what you've done for the citizens of Targos. I've heard that you climbed the cairn to find one of our own. And not only that," his hand is still extended.
I'll shake it.
He motions to two chairs for you guys to sit in opposite of the desk. The tiefling is behind you guys in the corner of the room.
I'm just gonna be like, "Sir, before we sit down, I must say we are in a little bit of a rush. We've come from East Haven and they have a little bit of an issue. I was explaining to your page how they've been attacked by a certain dwergard that is running a little rampant. We've had the guards are unable to deal with them. Many adventuring parties are unable to deal with them, and we need to bring in a different tactic. And we heard that perhaps you had a group of unsavories that we may create a deal. We would like to convince them to help us, and then perhaps they will not create problems for anybody else in this area. But I need to know if you have heard about their whereabouts, and that's all we ask for."
He adjusts himself in his seat and kind of just nods at what you said and says, "If you are speaking about who I believe you are speaking about, I'm must warn you they don't come cheap."
East Haven is in shambles.
Well,
They've got the coin to spare.
in that case, I frankly must say, why does it bother me that East Haven is in shambles?
I don't think it should. We helped you, we helped your citizens. All I want is directions to where these people might be. I'm not asking anything of you. I just want to know if you know where they are. And then I get them out of your town.
You want them out of my town?
Do you not want them out of your town? Because if you'd rather they stay, I could potentially find someone else, but they seemed convenient and we'd heard rumors they were here.
I see no issue with them being here.
Sorry, out of game. This speaker has like connections to them, as in likely an associate or part of them, right? That's what we were told.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, if you have the funds, I can ensure you're connected with someone. He can meet you at the tavern and he can do your work that the heroes of 10 towns are unable to do.
You sound upset that we're unable to do it.
Cut him.
Not upset, just surprised.
Well, they do say never meet your heroes.
I'm gonna glare at Ennui.
I'm sorry, madam.
Truth be told, friend, I don't have any heroes.
What a sad life.
What time is it now, Justin?
9:01.
It is probably close to 1 in the afternoon. Yeah, afternoon, yeah.
It's dark, it's dark, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if your compatriot would like to meet us in 2 hours at the tavern, we'd love to talk to him. And if we have something he might think is interesting, perhaps we can strike a deal.
There's no deal to be struck. If you can leave 200 gold with me, I'll ensure he's at the tavern.
I don't personally have it. This is East Haven that is calling for help, sir.
If it's East Haven calling for help, they can send a representative then.
I'm gonna like gesture at my fancy clothes.
He looks you up and down for a moment and says, "Those clothes, no one in Icewind Dale would be caught dead wearing."
Isn't it convenient I'm not from here then?
But then how are you a representative of East Haven in that case?
Because they asked me to.
They can send, I assume that if they asked you, they have given the official documents requesting help from another town in 10 towns. And why, one second, why then is dear Waylon so urgent in requiring my help suddenly? You see, there's a lot of nuance here that I feel like maybe I'm missing it.
I'm gonna lean into Blair and just be like, "Madam, if I may."
I'll like lean my head into him. What?
I would like to address the speaker.
Don't antagonize anyone.
I will, I'm going to, sorry, did we get the speaker's name? No. So I'll open up with, "Sir, I'm sorry, I don't believe I got your name."
My name is Nerth Maxilla Oh, his name.
Sir Maxilla Dananar.
Maxil Danar, there we go.
Sir Maxil Danar. There is quite a bit of nuance in 10 Towns, no doubt. But what you have here is an opportunity to hold a favor over East Haven for something as simple as a meeting. I understand everyone's need for gold, but the fact that you may ask for damn near anything from East Haven after this for simply arranging a meeting.
Sir, I need to
Seems
pause
like
for
an
1
opportunity.
second.
Yeah.
Level Up TV, thank you so. Level Up TTV, thank you so much for the rate of 50 people. Thank you so much. I hope you've been having a fantastic stream on your end. We're just in the middle of some sick ass role play. We don't usually talk to chat during a recording session. We're in the middle of one right now. But Kalia, thank you so much for the follow. But I had to say thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you so much for the raid and all these people. Just gonna pause the YouTube video. That, he just kind of shrugs and says, "From what I've heard, it's East Haven that is going to be needing the support. And frankly, I can't think of anything that I would need from them." Rabba wife, welcome to the goddamn table. And Bree Amber, welcome to the goddamn table as well.
Oh, Caitlin, should I make a gamble and like be like, "Oh, I heard the speaker of speaker of where the fuck are we? Is this what's that? Targos, thank you. I was gonna say that T1.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the goddamn table.
Should I just be like, "Oh, I heard the speaker of Targos was a very intelligent and powerful man. I am sad to see that heroes never live up to expectations."
I'm just gonna turn to the speaker and be like, my apologies. I was told to expect help. But if not, we will be on our way. I thank you for your time.
He motions to the door, and as you guys are walking out, he pauses and says, "Funny that East Haven would send help for someone from Zentarum when Zentarum is a danger to Icewind Dale. Funny how that is. But what can I expect from a town full of lowlifes and criminals?"
As we're walking out, I'm gonna be like, you are not the biggest fish in this pond. The Dwerger are a problem as well. And I'm gonna like shut the door behind me. And then walk back out to the party in a huff. I'm pissed.
How did this go, my love?
Well, he's a corrupt politician, then we're going to have to find another way. And if I could drive a knife through that man's heart, I would not feel bad about it.
Perhaps that can be arranged. We shall see yet.
I'm gonna turn to Fagin and Banner and be like, you guys have any other ideas? Because that was no help at all.
Perhaps we
Well,
could.
what happened?
Hold on. He did say if we had 200 gold, he would arrange a meeting with a representative.
I
But
still don't see how.
That does.
Go
That
ahead,
does not
Banner.
help us.
What do you mean, how's that help us?
I
We're
still
looking for the
don't
location
see
of them.
how finding this group connects us to the thing they stole, which we know seemingly is in there.
The
Could we
track
not
you
just-
meant here.
Could we not just stake out the building until it is less occupied
And then break in?
and break in? Or at least reconnaissance and see where it is and if it's in there. It seems silly to try and connect with the group that stole it if it's just going to be in the town hall. If I'm being honest, I
What
think that the speaker is the one behind all of this.
Yeah, what happened? Like what
I was immediately taken up to their speaker. He did not want to help. He's clearly
It's not that he didn't want to help, it's that he didn't believe our lie. He wants gold in exchange for help. He is not. He is a corrupt man, but he is a very, very simply corrupt man.
are
An
you
honest,
sure
corrupt man?
I don't think
if he saw through your lie, are you sure he just did not he obviously is potentially in charge or is somehow at the top of this mercenary group.
Well, he's definitely the connection. He's in league with them. We
Justin?
did know that much.
Can I ask a question? Like, did we ever meet him when we were
No.
in town?
I don't believe so.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't
No,
know how he knew who I was or who we were.
Sorry,
Perhaps
Justin. Could I?
Henri is not a.
He called you guys
Subtle.
the heroes of 10 Town.
Yeah.
It's safe to
That's what we've
assume,
been
because you
called.
guys now have helped 6 of the 10 towns,
They know
or sorry,
about us.
7 of them. You guys are no longer nobodies. Everyone in a town of importance is going to know who you are.
Yes.
That's a safe assumption from here on out.
Could you spell this guy's ridiculous name for me? Just put it in chat.
Nearth Maxildenar.
Isn't that the same guy that the
Thank
other lady
you.
told us?
It
definitely
is. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. She said.
So
he's
the
behind.
leader.
No,
he
he
is
has
the leader
connections.
of them.
He has connections. He's not
No,
the leader.
he is. Yes,
the
the,
lead- he's the
the
leader.
other girl from East Haven, the speaker of East Haven, said this dude is the leader. Maybe you should go talk to the speaker of Targos. And now we found out that that's the same name. They are the same person.
Oh, did they say leader?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blair, we fucked up. Oh,
So he
how
knows we're
many-
here.
So how many guards were in there exactly?
just one big beefy boy.
One big in the room, but there was guards moving around and patrolling inside the building as well.
Hold up, who's this night hag?
Justin's playing with his characters.
Um.
I feel like Ennui is losing his fucking
No!
mind looking at this chat.
Someone just
so I
died.
mean, I'm gonna say this. We just did complete what we set out to do. We found out where their headquarters are.
So what? We burned down Targos? Is that
Sorry,
right?
Right? It's right. It's this
out-
building. It's this
out of-
building right here.
Out of game, what was the connection to this person, Nierth Maxildar, who it was just like that we found out in East Haven that he was the leader of this group? and
Okay, so in
shot him?
East Haven, she said the leader was Neith Maximar, was
Yeah.
whatever the name was.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when they found out the name,
Oh, but we knew that though, like because he had told
well,
us
we
that
did
he
it.
had connections.
We thought that we were just talking to the speaker here. But it turns out the
Oh,
speaker
I
of
did.
this town.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I see.
We
the
thought the
connection.
speaker just happened to have connections, whereas now
Yeah.
we know he's the leader.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed he was the leader. Okay, great.
I wasn't gonna put two and two together till we actually knew, and then we found out the same name. I was like, "Yep, that checks out."
May I ask a mechanic question in 5e?
Sure.
There's nothing in 5e that is like there was like a what was it in Pathfinder? It wasn't like disguise self, but it was like a disguise check. That doesn't exist in this.
No, there's a spell called Disguise
Yeah,
Self. There's
yeah, I
no
know.
ability
There-
to disguise
there are-
yourself.
Next
Dis-
level,
not-
baby.
there are di-
Next
there are-
level.
There are disguise kits, or you can do that
Yeah.
physically, and
Right.
then you make a deception check.
Deception.
Right.
It's a deception check.
Because
Yeah.
that was, I mean, it is a moot point now because we're past it. That was sort of my intent going into that, and maybe I should have been more clear about it. I didn't want to be
I think.
a hero of 10 Town when we walked in there, but
I feel.
that's my
I
bad.
feel
It's
like-
less on you, but more on the one-handed, one-winged blue tiefling. That's a pretty, and also the hobgoblin is a pretty good sell, and also the high elf also is kind of a sell for that as well.
Don't worry, both me and Ennui were working on it.
And also
We're
the
working
I'm
satyr.
also gonna-
The satyr is also. Those are all like.
I mean, I'm technically also like an aqua-colored
Same,
tiefling,
same.
so this is. I think, just sort of out like as a player, I think we've been being followed since we got in. I don't think this is a
Is
coincidence
that
that
what that
he knew that we were coming. He knew that we were going in there.
As an alternative, they might not care as much as you think they do as well.
I also think that too. Until we start actually fucking shit up, I don't think they're gonna care.
As Ennui, I would like to raise a point into the party and be like, perhaps we just outright ask them, why'd you steal our pot?
I would say we all go in there at that point then.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
Think that'd be wise.
I don't think it's so much about the why. I believe that is fairly evident.
excuse me,
But-
where is our pot, handsome man?
Where's our pot, handsome man?
So
I don't-
following in that line of questioning Ennui, he says it's right here. He holds it out in front of us and calls all of the town guard in to kill us
Mm-hmm.
if we try and
That's it.
take it.
We're
What
the
is
heroes of
Agitas?
10 towns. Why would they try to kill us?
We're trying to steal their pot back. If we
Our
do,
pot. You can't steal what is yours.
this is their laws. They will enforce them. You might not know this, Ennui, but each town has their laws and they will follow them to their own letter. No one else's.
So I think perhaps the best way to go about it is to wait until there are slightly less people inside, and then perhaps just
What if
brute force our way in?
we go get a room at the inn and come back late at night?
I'm gonna walk around town hall and look for any like basement windows.
I was gonna pose another
There's
suggestion.
it's not constructed out of stone like East Haven's is. It's some wood and some brick and like stone and all that. But There are some windows that open up into the basement.
Burn
Okay.
it to the ground.
I'm gonna come back and say, we could enter from below. Our stealthy few could scout out if there's somewhere hidden, not upstairs where you met with the speaker.
What if yes, perhaps our stealthy few scout it while the rest of us create an alibi by going to the inn and
I don't think we require an alibi. And all of our mishaps in the past, in my lowly experience in this group, have come from us
slowly,
separating.
yes.
Not to put any pressure on the party, but just for you guys' reference, Targos is another city that does human sacrifices to Oriel, just for reference.
Eh.
I ain't going to jail and getting murdered. No, thank you.
I have been blessed by the Frostmaiden.
That means you're the perfect sacrifice.
If I can't
You
kill her,
first.
you know what-
Yeah.
You first.
Yeah. This is
Tell
when
us
you
how the
find
water
out that
is.
your ice immunity actually makes you very weak to fire, and you burn like tinder.
Oh
I think perhaps we can combine these ideas. I don't think it's a terrible idea to wait. I don't think it's a terrible idea to perhaps go to an inn, but I do think we should watch the building in case they perhaps try to move the pot somewhere else. We did catch up to them fairly quickly. And I think perhaps going in through the basement is wise, but probably we should all go together.
I like all
Well-
these.
Step 1, locate the pot.
Can
I will
just
be no
look
help
in the
in that.
windows.
The windows, they just lead to small storage containers with boxes. You see no
Hi.
pot while looking in the windows.
Hate buildings in this part of the world.
Uh,
Useless.
Nocta, Lonzel, perhaps you and I go around town looking for a good meal?
I will. Maybe we take a few shifts watching the building. I will take the first one. If you guys want to go get a spot at the inn, some food, I will inform anybody of anything happening.
Good meal?
Banner, if, let's say, 15 heavily armored mercenaries come up to you and try and take you into a basement of which they do not intend you to return, what safety do you have by us leaving you here?
I will not come back to the inn, and you guys will all know that I'm somewhere not there.
I think Lonsel does have a good point. Is there a reason we need to go to the inn?
I think it's very suspicious, all of us standing outside this building.
What if each of us stand at different corners of this building, looking in through different
Very
windows?
suspicious. We are, most of us are not well to disguise ourselves into crowds.
Yes. To the end.
I-
If nothing else, rest is always a good thing.
If we do it on little hour spurts, I think the danger is very much minimized that one of us will be taken away for a long time.
Banner,
Yes.
I do not believe you've been recognized as traveling with us yet, so perhaps,
That
it
is
is
also a
wise.
good point.
yeah, I do believe they're looking for a tiefling such as myself, not one such as you.
I am known around these parts, but not for an adventuring party.
So perhaps it is wise that you stake this out. I do
Peter's
agree
gonna
with
get
Matt.
arrested.
Banner will get arrested.
I mean, it would be a perfect in into the town hall.
We're here
Hey,
to
we
pay his
remember
bill.
you.
So Ennui votes that we go to get a room at the inn and perhaps take shifts for staking it out. What do you guys think?
Sounds fine to me.
Sure.
I can accept that.
All right. You guys get to the Luskin Arms. Pretty all right building. I think it's. I described that there was some like Yeah, this inn has the walls are sturdy, but the floorboards are rotten, and draft comes up from the common room from the cellar. And there's also rats scurrying in the walls. And the bald man behind the counters, you step in, he recognizes you, and he says, "Welcome back. You've been traveling for some time. Would you
That
like
we
a
have.
room?"
We would love. How many to a room?
2 beds in a room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 rooms, please.
Of course.
I'm gonna turn to Anwi and I'm gonna be like, I need to stop traveling with you. I hate nothing more than being recognized. Good lord.
It's 4 silver pieces per night.
Per room.
Per room.
So 2 silver pieces per character.
Ennui is going to cover the entire tab tonight with his plethora of 48 gold pieces.
I'm gonna.
There's a little 5 with an asterisk right there.
In response to Blair's comment, I'm gonna lean into her and just be like, "You never get recognized with me, my dear."
You say
Yet.
that now.
I do
Do you guys
believe,
just chill in your rooms, waiting for
I-
Banner to come?
Would suggest after, like on the first switch of perhaps an hour, we go to the tavern for a bit, switch locations, give an opportunity for somebody to switch out.
I'll take the second shift. Unless something happens to Banner in the first hour.
Before the first hour, yeah.
At 2:00, nothing has changed. Maybe like 2:30, right?
Well, during my hour, I also want to, if there's like shopkeepers or people wandering around, that I just want to ask them if they have seen a cart with a pot on it.
A lot of people in Targos, they kind of just keep to themselves when you ask questions like that. This is not
That's fair.
really their area to answer that kind of question for.
I've never had good luck with asking people in this town, so I.
Yeah.
So
After
are
an
we
hour?
gonna cycle through everyone? Is that what we're deciding right now?
I think
I
that's.
thought
that's
we
way
were
to
just
go.
cycling through our stealthy people. I didn't.
We could do
Realize.
that just between the 2 that are gonna be best stealthy, or 3
Yeah.
that are best
Is
stealthy.
Fagin not a stealthy boy?
I got some disadvantage with my armor, friends.
He's a
Oh.
ranger.
Then I will go back to the tavern in an hour. And
I'm gonna meet you there and like spell you off.
Yeah, swap.
oh sure, let's do that.
When you do that, I just would like to take a moment with Blair. Like, I'm going to tell you something, and then I'll be like, I'm very confident in your abilities, and I know you're more confident in yours than I am.
I'm walking away now.
I'm gonna. Seeing her reaction, I'm just going to grin in your general direction.
And then after that, I'll just sit down beside Noct and be like, know any good songs?
Yeah, I'm gonna spell off Banner and I'm going to try to be like very stealthy, like in the shadows kind of stealthy.
Sure, give me a stealth check.
No.
Yeah.
In your hour, no
+7.
one spots you or anything. Does someone come to get her at the 3:30 mark?
Yes.
The plan is changing Banner and Blair back and forth until midnight or something, I'm guessing,
Okay.
to see where it's at around there.
Yeah, midnight when probably midnight or 1 a.m. when we all go.
Yeah.
There's
To
nobody
see-
else who's
yeah.
like stealthy, right? Nathan, you don't
I don't
have
think so.
actual.
Yeah, Nathan.
We can
will.
swap Nathan out.
Yeah. If
No,
you
I
want
have,
to,
I have
you
a
want-
high stealth.
if you want us to believe that you're stealthy at this point, I
Nathan.
don't know.
Bards are not stealthy people.
Yeah, but like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
At what point are you going to slink away and offer to take watch? That's the question.
Yeah, I just need to
yeah,
know the order in which you're
I'll
going.
take watch at one point as well. I'll take
All right,
watch
so then
after.
we'll go Banner, Blair, Nocta, repeat.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say that
that
I'm
sounds
doing
good.
it because I'm
Yeah.
stealthy. I'm just like, I can do it.
Yeah. And I think the things we're looking for is like when town hall empties, like when the staff goes home at the end of the night, and those sorts of cues. And
When
And
the
if
speaker
the party
leaves.
leaves.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock, on your shift banner, the speaker steps out. He takes a few moments and pulls his coat up, and he walks south away from town hall.
Okay. I will make note of that.
Where's everybody else at this time? You guys at the inn or the tavern?
I'm at the tavern trying to make some money.
Yeah, we'd be at the tavern.
I'd hang out at the tavern. Yep.
Because we're changing.
Hours
between them,
pass,
yeah.
and town hall doesn't really close here. Like, the staff dwindles later in the night, but the lights stay lit, just like in East Haven. So there's obviously some guards, but there's less foot traffic later in the night.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for.
Okay, important question though. Do I make any money?
Give me a performance check. People drop
Ooh.
4 copper pieces down for you.
All right.
That's something.
Literally.
Not
The
nothing.
3 flag
I'm
sailing,
still
though, a lot of
fine-tuning
the
my
patrons
story.
kind of keep to themselves. They don't really enjoy the company that much.
Ennui is just going to. Could I make like a general? Would it be maybe an investigation or a persuasion to just kind of like, as I'm there, strike up casual conversations for like leads of rumors?
They don't want to talk to people here.
That's fair. Okay. Ennui will keep trying with no success. He'll like go up to a table, lean in, and be like, "No one's including me," and then go back to his own table.
Yeah, the men just kind of keep to themselves as they drink here.
What about the women?
There is one woman, a plump, gray-haired woman working behind the bar.
Why don't I approach her?
What can I get you, dear?
Have you any good mead?
Yes, we do have good mead from good mead, if that's what you're asking.
I would love a pint.
That'll be 3 copper pieces, please.
I'll hand her 3 copper pieces. And as I'm doing that, I'll be like, have you any leads for work?
No, I don't.
Please leave me alone.
Go away, you strange man.
Do you see an exclamation mark over my head?
I'll be like, any large rats in the cellar?
The NPCs have become self-aware.
No large rats in our cellar, sir.
Large wolves outside of town.
She's gonna kill you.
Nothing of the sort.
20 boar skins. What do you want, lady?
Nothing of the sort. Everything's hunky dory as much
Who's
as the
sitting
rhyme
with
allows.
me? Who's sitting with me?
I'll be with you.
I'm gonna look over at Fagin and Lonzel and just be like, I think he's losing it.
It's kind of sad, really.
James, you said something about boar skins and not foreskins, right?
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna take a break for you
Who
two.
knows?